So welcome back, friends, to Monday morning on the homestead. We have a lot to do today. Just finished working out, and I am getting ready to make some breakfast. So I have I've been trying this eating one meal a day for a couple days, and I really like it just for convenience. But once I've kind of gotten used to it, a lot of calories. I'm definitely leaning up, losing a lot of fat, and having a lot more time. So we're going to be making a juice this morning. One of my favorites. What do we have here? The Bunny's Briar Patch. So let's see if how much we can find of the ingredients out in the garden in the orchard. So we'll head down to the orchard. I'm afraid we might be a little bit early on the apples, but I do see a bunch of them down there. So I don't have any in the refrigerator, so hopefully we only need one. It looks like, these are not gonna, they feel a little bit hard. How many apple trees do we have? Those are definitely not ripe yet. We've got a big one. We got some more here. Boy, the pruning that we did has made a big difference. Look at this. This might be our apple right here. Is this guy ready? I'm gonna go with this one. The one lone big apple on the single tree. So we need some veggies, so we'll head out to the garden. We need yellow squash and broccoli. It's a little bit late for broccoli. I don't know if we're gonna have much luck with that, but I think we have yellow squash. Look at these beauties. Very nice. Mrs. W's already picked these. Let's go find some broccoli. Well, I think we have enough for today. It's a little bit, looks like it's a little late for broccoli. Might have to get a whole bunch of little guys here. Oh, there's a nice one. All right, that ought to do it for today. That's probably the last day for the broccoli. So while we're out here, I don't remember if I showed you that timber frame planter box that we built. Mrs. W turned it into her flower herb garden. It'll be kind of interesting to see how it holds up. Remember, we put so much work into all of that joinery, and being out here all summer in the sun, of course it's opened up and it's checked and moved, but that's kind of some of the charm of it here. That center divider, I don't care. Even if you get 10 years out of it, every time I come down here, it gives me joy to see the joinery. It looks so nice. Looks nice, a lot nicer than made out of corrugated steel or something. Just doesn't last as long. What do you think, Heart Racer? You ready to make some juice? You ready for some juice? There it is. There's breakfast. We got our yellow squash. We got our apple. I had a cucumber. It's not in the recipe, but sometimes I supplement carrots, broccoli, spinach. So the book I use, I like this pretty well. This is 101 juice recipes. I think they're all probably about the same, but this one's just easy to use because of the way it's bound. But we are making the Bunny Briar Patch today. They're actually pretty good. I used to freestyle, make my own stuff, and it never tasted very good. And I can't say that this tastes good either, but it tastes a whole lot better than my concoction. There's something about the vegan diet that just, it almost calls to me or appeals to me. The problem I have with it, well, there's two problems I have with it. The first thing is I hate vegetables. I just despise them. I've always thought that it was fall into the category of super taster, meaning, I don't know, maybe it's just in my head, but it seems that the taste is more intense, and vegetables are so bitter that I just don't like them. I just hate them. But I'm not a fool either. I can see the health benefits of a plant-based diet versus a lot of the processed meat and food that we eat. And the other thing I hate, you haven't met hateful people till you've been around vegans. I saw a poll recently. The question was asked, would you rather have a vegan come to your door or a Jehovah's Witness? And the lion's share of people would rather have a Jehovah's Witness come. I think it's true. I mean, I watch their videos, and I guess I'm looking for information, or I'm just so curious about it. I watch their videos, and they're just hateful people. What's so funny is that they profess to be so in touch and so kind, and it's all about the animals. And maybe they're kind to animals, but they sure are not kind to anyone else. I mean, they're just awful. So I wouldn't want to be associated with that. If I did become a vegan, I wouldn't tell anyone ever. How's that? That lens wide enough for you? We're leaking. We're leaking. I didn't put the thing back together. See, this is what happens when Mrs. W doesn't make it. Everything becomes a mess. All right, remember this with your Angel juicer. This goes on the outside. The outside. I'm not sure what it is about. There's two topics that bring more controversy and more hate in the comments than anything, and that's religion and diet. And I was thinking, what do those two things have in common that people react so strongly about to? And I think I figured it out. I think what it is this. It's that we all know that we could be doing a little bit better. And when we see someone else doing better, it reminds us of our own shortcomings, our own inadequacies, and we don't want to think about that, and so we attack it, and then it makes us feel better about ourselves. I've done that. I know you've probably done that as well. I think that's what it all comes down to. You know, another thing I think rubs everyone the wrong way when it comes to vegans is, you know, they claim to be activists, that they are protecting or their goal is to eliminate the abuse and murder of animals. You know, I don't want to be cruel to animals either, and I don't like to see animals suffer, and I'm not super excited about what takes place at feedlots and these huge factory farms. I try not to, the meat that I eat, we try not to buy meat like that. We try to buy stuff that's local, you know, like we just bought a half a cow, we split it with some friends, and it was pasture fed and, you know, all organic, you know, but you know, it's not always an option for everyone. And I don't see a whole lot of vegan activism on YouTube. What I see is a bunch of people that are running around on permanent vacation, asking people to support their lifestyle through Patreon or whatever, while they hang out on the beach and preach to everyone about how much holier they are than everyone else. That everyone loves that. These Angel juicers are really good. This is so dry, it's almost like sawdust. It just doesn't. It just wrings all of the juice out of pretty much everything. I think we need to do. I'm gonna do a poll on this video. We have enough folks that'll be watching that we could get a pretty good sample. I'll put a poll up here in the video, and question will be: would you rather have to deal with a Jehovah's Witness at your front door or a militant vegan? I know which way I'd vote. I'd take on an army of Jehovah's Witnesses over some shrieking vegan any day. At least you can reason with the Jehovah's Witness. The cucumber is definitely not part of this recipe, but I put it in here because I am a rebel. This is the first apple that we have picked out of our. It's actually pretty good. It's a little tart. Another couple weeks and it'll be perfect, but it'll suffice for the juice. Now, every time I put apples in these things, I get the cyanide police that come up. Of course, we all know that there's a trace element of cyanide in apple seeds, but to be honest with you, you'd have to eat a truckload of them to have any ill effect, so don't worry about it. Overfilled. Got greedy at one more apple slice, and that one more was too much. I don't know why when Mrs. W does this, it seems to go a lot better. Yep, that's really full there. You know, this juice diet, man, if you want to lose weight, it gets after it. I lost, what, 10 pounds in 3 or 4 days. These guys online, oh, I can't lose weight, you know, I tried everything and gastric bypass and all that. You know what? Just have juice for 6 months and see what happens. I guarantee you lose weight. There's people that have done it. Man, I'll tell you, this is the worst part of the whole deal. This is even worse than cleaning the juicer. It's rough to be a super taster. But now that I'm an old man with a brand new baby, I got to take care of myself so I can be around a little longer. It is my daily hair shirt, this thing. But the good thing is it's over with quick, and now I'm good. Now I can get some stuff done and don't have to be slowed down by eating 3 meals a day. Plus it get really thin that way, or get rid of that fat. All right, let's get to work.